What's going on, guys? It's Bro Jam Money here. We have a Shockmaster 2.0. So, what am I talking about? Well, I am on YGO Organization right now. And, here we are. We see a new card that got revealed from Eternity Code. Okay. We're seeing a nice trend of all kinds of really good cards coming out of the second core set of each year, summer set. You know, so it can keep people super excited for the WCQ following the month after, or the couple months after. So, anyway, let's look at this, shall we? Because this is the kind of stuff I was talking about in the video of the Real Problem Yu-Gi-Oh! So, what is this card? This is a Arch Nemesis. I'm not going to try and butcher that second word. Did my card come in? Let's see. Nope. Anyway, let's see. It is a light dragon. It's not a dark dragon, but it is a light dragon. But that's pretty irrelevant, and I'll go ahead and tell you why later. So, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. So, hey, that. You can search this via Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Okay? Seeing some broken stuff already, aren't we? It's synergy. You could Seafert this thing out, too. Granted, you need, like, a level 8 dragon and maybe, a Galaxy Serpent, but, yeah, it's not level 12, though, so keep that in mind. Alright, so, what's the big deal with this thing? You can't normal summon or set it. Must be special summoned by banishing 3 monsters of different types from your graveyard or face-up field. So, you need different types to summon this thing. Not really the most difficult thing in the world. Even in certain mono-type decks, you know, your extra deck is pretty flavorful. You know, it's pretty easy to get out. Alright. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Doesn't matter. If it said it could be targeted, okay, then it won't matter. Anyway, as an ignition effect, so you have to declare an effect. It's not a quick effect. So, you can declare one type among the monsters on the field. Destroy all monsters on the field of that type that you declared. Also, keyword also, neither player can special summon monsters of that type until the end of the next turn. So, this card is being compared to Tribe Infecting Virus, but I am saying, okay, this card is kind of like the Shockmaster. And it really is. Now, granted, it doesn't stop spells and trap cards, like Shockmaster does, but it stops a good number of decks from playing. So, prime example. Let's say my opponent is playing Salamangreat. That deck is a deck full of nothing but Cybers monsters, at least in terms of their main strategy. So, let's say I'm playing Seafert Thunder, because that is the kind of deck this will be played in. It's also pretty generic in other applications as well. Again, Melody is a card, so search this in 11 year and you're good to go. Alright, so, if I want to shut down a deck like Salamangreat, there needs to be a Cybers type monster on the field for me to declare. Remember, you have to declare type amongst the monsters on the field. So, if I am going first, I can engineer a Cybers monster to the field. Like, let's say I can link into an IP Masquerena. I can link into a Lanphalinkus. I can link into a Linkuriboh. And then voila! Hey look, I have a Cybers on the field. Now activate effect, declare Cybers. Boom. My opponent cannot summon Cybers for the rest of the turn. Period. Point blank. So, let's take a different route. Let's say I want to stop Orcus from playing, in general. I can link 2 monsters into a Barricade board blocker. Hey look, I got a Machine monster on the board. Called Machine. Boom. My opponent can't play. Better yet, let's take this even further. Let's say that I'm playing a mirror match. Let's say I'm mirror matching against another Combo Thunder player. Or Blue Eyes, or any other deck that plays a lot of dragons. Dragon mains, just add insult to injury. Whatever you can think of that has a bunch of dragons in it. I don't even need a dragon on the field. Because it destroys all monsters on the field of that type and not all other monsters, itself is a viable target. Granted, the effect doesn't target, but you need a monster of the type that you plan to destroy. So, if I have nothing else, I can summon this behemoth and call dragon, destroy itself, and my opponent is not able to play the game. Period, point blank. Granted, thunders are still an integral part of the strategy, but that's still something you want to end on, and you kind of need dragons to get those thunders off in the first place. You see how this can get very, very easily out of hand? And, it goes back to what I was saying about all these cards that shut down game mechanics. We're getting more of them. Hey, but other cards are the problem though, right? Cards like Babel are an issue, and Engage and all that stuff, not that there can only be ones, or, just, not the other cards that just restrict your opponent from playing the game in general, that just says your opponent cannot perform actions. No, those aren't the problems at all. But, again, it's cards like this that make it to where, how does a card like this promote interaction at all? It doesn't. This card literally does the exact opposite. It says you cannot interact with me. That's exactly what this card says. And it is very, very easy to get off. It is extremely easy to abuse. If I want to shut off Burning Abyss, we can do a beat cop. Alfine, load up. I can search this with Brotor. I don't need to search it with Seaford. I can link 2 dragons into a Hieratic Spheres and go LP effect, summon Brotor, target the spheres, and search this thing. Yes, it is not a Dark Dragon, but it is still extremely searchable. Again, Melody of the Awakening Dragon is a card. Any of you are playing any Chaos type deck, you can just summon Levianeer, or search this and search Levianeer, and you're having a good day. Now granted, it is not level 8, so you can't just overlay with it afterwards. But that really doesn't matter at all. Period, it doesn't matter. Now, the thing about this is, again, you does take different types to summon this thing, but you can very easily engineer it even in more mono-type based decks because your extra deck is so flavorful. I think I've said that already. You can just link things into Link Karibo or just any fodder link and just link that off, and you just created targets. So, hey, look at that, man. Well, like I said, if you truly want interaction in the game, cards like this should not exist. That say your opponent cannot do something. Again, this is a Shockmaster 2.0. I'm calling it now. It does not stop spells and traps, but who cares? I can literally manufacture any type in the game I want outside of maybe Warrior, because there's not very many generic Warrior links that you can generically make in almost any deck. I think the most generic one is that Gearfried, that Flame Swordsman, that Link Flame Swordsman, and we don't have it yet. So, I guess Warrior decks are safe for now. But just a card like this, you can just look at it and just be like, bro, why do they make this card? I don't know. Again, this is extremely abusable. People would think, oh, this is a card for going second when your opponent has a established board, but if you already know what your opponent is playing, I don't need my opponent to go first. I can manufacture any type in the game I want and then summon this thing and just lock you out. Just like that. So, yeah. I guess this is definitely going to be a secret rare, or an ultra at the bare minimum. I know this is going to be a sought after card. Again, this card is highly generic. It's even more generic in those non-mono type decks, if I'm being honest. Those decks that have all kinds of things going for it would love this card. And yeah, so let me know what you guys' thoughts on this. Again, I already said what I got to say. This doesn't promote interaction at all. And it's very abusable, and I can easily abuse this turn 1. That's all I got to say about that, guys. So, yeah, have fun. Thank you guys for watching. It's J Money, and I am signing out.